What's up, guys? I'm here with yet another movie review, because frankly I haven't been doing a lot of these since Alice in Wonderland, and that movie left me speechless. So I'm going to be doing a normal review, this time of Repo Men, which I've seen this movie for a while now, I just haven't gotten around to actually reviewing it, and when I saw the trailers for this movie I got really excited. I'm like, wow, this looks like a really cool, edgy, fun, cool future movie. I mean, it just looks hardcore and action-packed, and I think I set my expectations pretty, too high for this movie. I was expecting, to be insanely blown away by just this awesome, giant action spectacle, and what I got was pretty underwhelming. I mean, not, this, not a lot really happens in this movie. I mean, there are some of the action scenes, I mean, just, they don't really go anywhere, and, the action scenes are not totally spectacular. It's just people fighting, and actually barely fighting. Some of them just guy takes out his swords and saws and knives and all his other torture devices, and that's pretty much it. But I don't know, if you're expecting a giant big action spectacle, then you'll be disappointed, because there are some pretty disappointing action scenes in this movie. Some of them don't even go anywhere. There's a scene when these two characters are trying to go through this airport, and they get pulled into this room by the security guys, and he beats up all the security guys, and they leave, and that's the end of the scene. And all I was thinking was, what was the point? This movie takes a lot of pointless detours that I don't know. None of them made a lot of sense. It felt like this movie felt like this whole movie felt kind of pointless. I mean, it's just there was a lot of padding out, many scenes that made no sense, and not completely no sense. I mean, just scenes that made no sense, like why they were in the movie in the first place. Like some scenes where I think were just there just for some showing more gore. And yeah, guys, this is a pretty bloody movie, and especially the love scene from hell. One guy described it as the love scene from hell. I won't spoil it, but that's pretty cringeworthy. I mean, it's very disgusting and bloody, but again, this was kind of underwhelming. It's not this giant action blockbuster. It's just, I don't know. It just felt like a pointless film. Like this big adventure doesn't really end up anywhere, and I don't know. The characters aren't that developed, and I didn't really particularly care for them. They don't even make mention of Jude Law's character's name. They don't even say his name in the movie, but he felt like a pretty bland character. Like, he didn't do much, and you didn't have much of a reason to root for him. What I really liked in this movie was Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker was really good in this movie, and he was a really fun, cool character. And again, I'd like to see a movie more about him, because I thought he was a cooler character out of these movies. It seems to happen a lot lately. The cooler characters, the side characters, and they give the lame guys the top billing. But I don't know. And something no one's mentioned this about the movie. None of the reviewers or anything has mentioned this. This movie has a big twist ending. I mean, it floors you. This movie M. Night Shyamalan my ass. M. Night Shyamalan everyone's ass who sees it. No one has mentioned this twist. And again, I'm not going to mention it. My reviews are spoiler free, but it absolutely floors you. I mean, I did not see it coming. Although, if you go back and see it a second time, you will notice that they're practically shoving it in your face all the time. But it is, but by the end you're like, whoa, that's a big twist. But then again, how did I not see that coming? But I don't know. I'll leave it up to you to decide. But again, the twist just added more to the pointlessness of the movie. Again, I won't spoil it, and you'll know if you've seen the movie and everything. But the twist made all the pointless stuff even more pointless. And I was pretty disappointed with this movie. It didn't really do anything spectacular. It had a good concept, a good idea, and it didn't make a lot of use of it. The whole concept of repossessing robot organs in your body, that's a cool idea. You can go a lot of places with that, and this movie didn't seem to do it. And that whole concept of robot organs in the body to begin with is barely touched upon. I mean, there's just little bits about it in the beginning of the movie, and then from here on in you're supposed to just accept it. And it's just Like, I don't know. And there's one particular pointless scene near the end. This isn't a spoiler, but this one scene really bothered me. It's toward the end of the movie. You've probably seen in the ads when Jude Law and that other girl, they go into this like completely white room with all these guys building robot organs, and they're all staring at him. Then they're trying to, like, Jude Law and the girl are trying to make their way slowly through there without getting noticed. One of the guys in the white suits gets up, like, runs out of the room and leaves. No mention of this whatsoever. There's no explanation. The guy doesn't come back. He's not like another bad guy in disguise or anything. It's just there's no explanation. It seemed completely pointless to me. And at first, when I saw that, I was thinking, ooh, what's going to happen next? And nothing. I don't know if anyone else noticed that, but that one really bothered me. It's just, again, this is a pretty pointless movie. It wasn't all that fun. It wasn't like a big fun action ride, and I don't know. It's just, it's worth checking out. It's just nothing really special. I'll probably give it a 1.5 stars. It just it wasn't as disappointing as Alice in Wonderland, because Repo Man at least tried. Alice in Wonderland, I don't know what the hell they were doing, but this movie tried. I'll give it that. It tried, and it did have some elements of coolness to it, especially at the end when Liv Schreiber got owned. But again, you gotta see that for yourself. That is the most epic revenge on your boss ever. But I don't know. Again, it's worth seeing. Just don't expect to be completely blown away. Don't expect like a total masterpiece. But then again, we don't see movies like Repo Men because we're expecting a masterpiece. We seem to be entertained, and I don't know. It just, like, the big action scene, the last few minutes were pretty good, and that twist again floored me. But again, don't expect much going into this movie, and you'll be fine. Frenzy 227 is out for now.